investigator, but you do have to have an LTC depending on what state. Every state is different. Right now, private investigators in the state of Texas, I believe they cannot carry. They can't be carrying if they're working a case. They cannot be carrying.
So, porque muchos securities a veces no traen nada, nomás pues no sé, una libreta y cosas así.
See, as a non-commissioned officer, I believe you're able just to carry a pair of handcuffs, a flashlight, and that's it. And that's
¿Qué más puedes hacer, verdad?
That's it. Take notes, man. You know, security. You're not there. You're not law enforcement, man.
Exactly.
You're just there to detour and prevent things from happening
And report it, man.
And report it. That's it. You know, being as an armed guard you're just there. You know, in case something does happen. You know, something does happen where bodily injury is involved. You know, and you know, things get out of hand, and you know, if it's something that you have to take a cert of, and you have to take the initiative and get things done right then and there, then that's why you're there.
A lo mejor cambiar la situación.
I always tell everybody that's coming into this industry, you know, I have a saying, man. If that person beats you by 100 pounds, don't interview, man. You know, call for help. You know, if it's something that you know that's gonna quickly escalate and get out of hand, call law enforcement. They'll get there quick.
Sí, sí. O sea, no trates de tú ser el super security or person that's gonna save the moment, porque pues tienes que ver todo eso, como dices tú, si es una persona muy muy grande o que está a lo mejor drogado o algo.
Yeah, you know, you never try to be a hero in any situation, you know. Unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of gentlemen that have that mentality where they go out and, you know, hey, you know, I'm super security. No, you're not super security, man. You're not law enforcement. You're a security officer. There's a difference, you know. You do the best what you can with what you have, with the training that you have. But then again, you don't have law enforcement training.
Entender las reglas y
of
las
course.
maneras, ¿verdad?
Yeah, everybody has a set of rules and regulations. Same thing with law enforcement. When law enforcement comes to work into the private security industry, they have to go through the security training as well.
Okay.
They just can't, you know, I'm an off-duty Leo. I'm going to go work into the security industry. No, they can't. They also have to go and get their level 3 license, level 4 license, and their non-commissioned license. They have to go through the training as well, just like we did.
Ves, qué buena onda.
And right now, one of the things that they brought in is the MPPI testing, the mental evaluation. That's one of the new things that they brought on board and they brought in.
So they test you on that? O sea,
Oh, yes, sir. You go through a mental evaluation now.
How is that? Just a little something, un example. ¿Qué es lo que hacen para eso?
They give you all types of you know, all types of scenarios when it comes to that, but it's more your mental health, man.
Okay.
Mental health is a big thing in this industry, regardless if you carry or you're working non-commissioned or whatever. Mm-hmm. Mental health is a big issue nowadays. It's very dangerous. You know, once mental health affects your job, it affects your duty. You know, if you're not right mentally, then that's gonna affect you, but not only affect yourself, but affect the people around you.
Because you can go off, something you can be upset about something that just happened maybe an hour ago or something, and it can trigger you getting worse.
Yes, sir.
Right? I need time off or something, right?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, unfortunately, sometimes you could do. You know, one of the things I always tell everybody too is this job will either make you or break you, just like any other job.
Sí.
You know, this job does not come with instructions. They don't tell you. You don't get that training. You know, you get your training out in the field. And I've always said it this way. You know, it's very difficult when you go out and you take on this job and you take on a big task, and they haven't gave you a warning. They don't warn you about the things you see out there. You know, sometimes as security officer, you're the first one there when somebody has an emergency. They have a heart attack. You know, sometimes you arrive on scene. Unfortunately, sometimes you run into people that have deceased. I work out on the island. We do get a lot of winter Texans, a lot of visitors and tours, tourists out on the island. You know, a lot of them are up there in age. You know, they suffer a heat stroke. Next, you know, you get a call. Hey, you know, fourth floor, you got to call fourth floor, man. Can you go see what's going on? You go up there. Got a gentleman that goes into cardiac arrest, you know, or from heat exhaustion, and you go up there and, you know, unfortunately they don't make it.
So it's very busy. It's a busy, especially like in spring break, right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you carry with you? I've heard of something called
Narcan.
Narcan,
yes, sir. Unfortunately, we cannot administer Narcan. You know, they sell it out, but it is a liability. If you Now, if you do go out and you are first aid certified, you can administer Narcan, but you have to be first aid certified.
And you have to report it. Okay, I used this, or
Yes.
I saw this. And
Yes, sir. You got to report and document every little thing you do. A lot of young kids now, they use their phones. See, when I grew up doing this, when my dad was doing it, we did it old school. We pulled out an old notepad and we'd write every single thing down. We timed from time frame to time frame, from the beginning to the end, and what happened, and that's it. You know, so you document everything that happens throughout your shift.
So now, can you also do it maybe with your phone, where now you can just record it and then
well, I mean, yes, you can, but nowadays we have body cams, so you know, there's body cams out there. I recommend everybody in the field to go out and get one. You know, you never know, they save lives.
And your job.
Oh, of course, because people can contradict on what you said, you know. So it's very difficult being out there nowadays because everybody has a phone. You know, everybody has a phone and one puts a phone. They see you in a uniform, regardless of what uniform you're in, they're gonna put a phone in your face. Yeah. You know,
even if you're not security or anything, the people are recording all the time, and you might not think they're doing it, but there's somebody out there recording.
Oh, there's always gonna be a camera on you. One of the things I always recommend to officers that don't have a body cam or don't have anything, you know, access to it, is always stay in view of a camera. You know, check on the property you're working at. Check your surroundings. There's a camera here. Okay, there's a camera over here. Stay in view and stay in presence of that camera always.
That's going to be your lifeline. And stuff
of course. Right? I've also seen a lot of officers where you know, a lot of them that are commissioned that are carrying, they have a tendency of putting their hand on their firearm when they're talking to somebody. No. You know, by you doing that or leaning against your weapon, you're already a threat.
Yes.
To the public, to the general public, you seem like a threat. They get offended by that. You know?
Yeah, because I'm gonna think, you know, this guy's getting ready to shoot.
Yeah, he's trigger happy.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Throughout the podcast, one of the things I've always said is always keep your hands in front of you. I always say, clap your hands, happy hands, man. Always in front of you, man. Keep them in front of you, present. Make the eye contact with the person. Make sure the person sees where your hands are at all times. Make them feel comfortable. The last thing you want to do is make that other person feel uncomfortable.
Dale las gracias a nuestro sponsor que viene siendo Galaxy Bowling Center. Entonces, vamos a ver un little clip de Stardust Cafe. Safety está en todo, even when you travel.
Yeah.
Todo tiene que estar, ¿verdad? Lo más que se puede, como quiera puede pasar algo, pero de perdido ya estás.
Of course.
Puedes prevenir algo.
Yeah. One of the main things too is traffic stops. Always let law enforcement know, sir, I have a weapon in the vehicle.
Right
I have
away.
a weapon. I have a licensed LTC. Your hands on the wheel.
Hey.
Keep your hands on the wheel, man.
Shit.
You know, a lot of times instructors, you know, they do tell you, but a lot of times throughout, you know, the traffic stop, you get so used to it that you forget.
And that becomes a problem.
Yes, it does.
That's in corto.
The officer sees you carrying, first thing he's gonna say, how come you didn't advise me that you had a weapon on you? You know, or there's a weapon in the vehicle. That's when officers pull you over and they ask you, you have a weapon in the vehicle? Yes, sir. You better declare that weapon. Let them know where it's at on your body, and advise them. Let them know, guys. Makes them feel safe.
Yeah.
not only for yourself, but for them. It makes them feel comfortable. Hands on the wheel. Let them know, sir, officer, I have a weapon on me. It is on my right side, left side. Person carrying. It's hidden. It's concealed. I have it in my, center console.
And plus you have your documentation.
Oh, of course. And before reaching for anything, let them know I'm gonna reach for this and this site. Before you do anything, give them that peace of mind.
That's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because you tell somebody I have a gun, oh my God, things can go like, hey, hold on. So, guys, aquí con nosotros tuvimos a Joey Banda, or Joey.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for stopping by and being part of Losa Podcast. Y pues, we're going to be talking more of safety and, maybe the fishing, todas esas cosas. Porque,
of course.
Because you have a lot of stories.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in a small town, man. It's I had some great childhood memories with my family. A lot of people in Port Isabel, they're great. It's a small fishing community. You're either a fisherman or a drunk. I'm just joking, guys. That's just the Port Isabel saying, guys. Here we go. If you grew up in Port Isabel and it's a small fishing community, you're a drunk or a fisherman.
I used to when I was very young. I played in the band, so we used to play there in Port Isabel. It's some club named Memos or something like that.
Okay.
And Cuatro Amigos, algo así.
Oh, of course, Cuatro Amigos, Henschels back in the day. Yes, sir, I got you.
Yeah, we used to play there when I was very young, and there was a lot of people.
Of course, especially during the season when the shrimpers come back. That's when they get their time. That's their time to enjoy themselves when they're on land, guys.
So it's a beautiful thing to go fishing.
Yeah.
You know what? I've done it maybe 2 or 3 times in my life.
Okay.
But I don't know. For me, I see like, oh my God, like waiting and to see if I'm going to get something or not. I guess yo creo que no es para todos, ¿verdad?
Everybody has their own source of therapy.
Sí.
For me, I grew up around the water. The water was always very therapeutic for me. Even after, in this line of work, it gets stressful sometimes, after a busy season, mostly our busy season is spring break, 4th of July, Semana Santa, after that, you just want to relax. You want everybody to go home, man. Go home, guys. Us locals, man, we see them and we're just like, no, not again. We're used to putting our lawn chairs and you can count the cars go by.
Ándale.
And then when these kids show up, it's like, oh man, I want them to go home already. But we need them. We need the tourism in that area. Yes, of course.
Pues gracias. Entonces esto fue Los Podcast. Aquí un buen amigo mío, Joey Banda, que me acompañó y pues vamos a seguir teniendo más conversaciones con él y gracias por estar con nosotros. ¿Algo que quieras decir, Joey?
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Loops. Thank you so much for inviting me here onto your podcast, and thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Pues vamos a estar bien y este es uno de muchos que vamos a estar haciendo. Entonces, pues nos vemos pronto, ¿ok? Gracias. Los Podcast.